In this video, we're gonna cover the top 5 reasons why you should not buy an RV. So make sure you stick to the end because the last 2 reasons are the most important ones. If you don't know us, we are Barbara and Joeh, and we have been traveling North America in our 30-foot RV since June of 2023. So let's get right into the first reason why you should not buy an RV. And the most obvious, it's a tiny space. Even fifth wheels are going to be way smaller compared to a house or an apartment. So you have to ask yourself, what kind of traveler are you gonna be? Are you gonna be a full-time RV traveler, part-time, weekend warrior? All of those questions are important for you to understand what kind of lifestyle you're gonna have with your recreational vehicle. In our case, we knew a few things. We knew that we wanted to buy a travel trailer and not a class A, B, or C because we wanted to be able to explore the region we are in without the travel trailer, without our home on wheels, just with our truck. By the way, we are sharing all our adventure on this channel, so just be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of our adventures. Also, Joe and I work a regular remote job, so we knew that our travel trailer needed to be small enough for our half-ton truck to pull, but big enough so we could work out of the RV comfortably. And here comes reason number 4, the RV lifestyle. So not only you have to be okay living in a very small space, but most likely if you want to be a full-timer, you're gonna need to get rid of 90% of your stuff. And for us, that was a total of 15 trash bags full of stuff, apart from the furniture that we had from our 1-1 apartment in Miami. Keeping our mattress was a huge deal for us. You gotta make sure that you sleep well, especially in an RV. If you like to cook like me, you're gonna have to deal with very limited counter space in your kitchen. And on top of that, your bathroom is gonna be extremely small. Oh, and speaking of bathrooms, forget about taking very long showers. You will have to be very cautious about your water consumption because more water means your tanks are gonna be full faster, which all that equals to you having to go out and empty your tanks more often. And lastly, on this topic, every movement inside of the RV will rock the RV no matter what. It's just something you're gonna have to deal with this lifestyle. No matter how stable you are, how many chocks you put by your tires, it's just a lifestyle. Another thing is gonna be your energy consumption. Is your RV going to be 30 amps, 50 amps, or are you gonna have a generator in case you dry camp? If you get a 30 amp RV like us, you have to be mindful about how many appliances you're gonna have connected. You do not want to turn everything together at once. We've done that before a couple of times. Everything shut off. Joe had to go outside, had to press some buttons in the breaker. Some things that I have no idea what he did, but he fixed it. The AC will take a lot of amps when turned on, so you have to keep that in mind every time you want to turn on another appliance. Reason number 3 as to why you should not buy an RV. It is tough to stay connected to the world. Here's how we fix this. Number 1, we get good reliable internet, and we have 2 internet providers. Number 1 is the T-Mobile home internet. For us, it works perfectly 90% of the time, and we can work our jobs just fine. We pay $30 a month. It comes with the modem. So far, it's been working just fine. I know T-Mobile has made some changes, and we read online that a lot of people are stopping with the T-Mobile because they're increasing the price for people that are travelers like us. But for now, it has been working. Now, when we are in an area where we have no internet connection or we have no phone reception, we rely on Starlink. Starlink is way more expensive, so we just turn it on when we really need. And the antenna itself was $500, so it's a pretty big investment in the beginning, and then the monthly is $150 a month. So we have these 2 internet options to stay connected with the world. Second thing on this category is how you're gonna receive mail. Are you gonna rely on a family member, a friend? What's gonna be your home base? In our case, we pay annually for a service that we can use as our home address. They receive mail for us. They take pictures every time they receive mails in our behalf, and we just select on the website when we want all this mail shipped to us, whenever we want and wherever we are. Number 2, maintenance. Things are gonna break all the time. Imagine your home going through hundreds of earthquakes every time you hit the road on travel days. Well, my friends, that leads to a lot of things breaking. So not only you have to be mentally ready for that, you have to set some money aside because when things break, they cost money. Not only that, an RV requires more maintenance in general. You have to retouch sealants every few months to prevent water from getting in. You gotta keep an eye on the roof as well because we don't want any cracks where water could infiltrate through. Also check for rust under the RV, and all these things will cost you time and money to fix. And before we hop on the most important reason, this is your time to boop the like button and to click subscribe to our channel. Reason number 1 why you should not buy an RV. Do not be fooled by the salesman in the dealership. The RV lifestyle is not cheap, especially if you need full hookups, campgrounds like we do most of the time. Staying in a campsite that has full hookups for us is a necessity, but also we are a bit intimidated by dry camping or boondocking, especially because we work a regular remote job 9 to 5. We want to make sure that we have the energy, we have Wi-Fi connection, we have enough water, propane, so all these things don't interfere with our work. Also, the initial cost is up there. Buying an RV is not cheap. RVs are very expensive, so plan your finances accordingly. If you want to be a part-time or a weekend warrior, it makes sense to get a pen and a paper and write down the pros and cons of owning an RV. Will the experiences outweigh the monthly cost? So that's important to get the answers for these questions. Save up for your money down and make sure that throughout the months you're not struggling to make your mortgage payment, aka your RV payment. Another thing is that fuel and RV campgrounds are just getting more and more expensive. So those are things that you have to take in consideration before you potentially buy an RV. On this topic, prior to hopping on this RV lifestyle, I did a very simple math to compare the cost of living in an apartment in Miami and the cost of living in an RV full-time. And again, this is the cost of our apartment in Miami. I am well aware that in other cities, the cost of living can be a lot cheaper than Miami. But this is what I had to work with. So here we go. First, I took our apartment cost every month and I divided in 30 days. That gave me $73. So the cost of living in the apartment that Joe and I were in Miami was $73 a month. So we knew that in this lifestyle, we wanted to be way below $73 per day for the campsites. We figured that staying a full week in a campground is a good deal because they do have weekly discounts. So we do that quite often, and sometimes we even take advantage of monthly deals because it's a lot cheaper as well. So we take advantage of these two things, which allow us to stay below 60% every single day here on the West Coast. That's where we are right now. On the East Coast, we could easily stay below 50, like below $45 a day, which is awesome. Math is not my forte, so write down in the comments below what kind of math you do to compare these two lifestyles. Obviously, if you dry camp or boondock, your cost daily when it comes to that would be zero or nearly zero, so that sounds pretty good. Hopefully in the future we get to do some RV dry camping. Right now we stay on full hookups or even partial hookups. A partial hookup is only water and energy connection. All these 5 reasons for you not to buy an RV are things for you to think about. This whole video is not to give you all the answers you're looking for. Rather, is to put some questions in your head and you look for these answers based on the RV lifestyle that you want, that makes sense for you. The good 100% outweighs the bad. Living in a small RV and dealing with all these problems are the price that we pay to see the beauty that North America has to offer. And right now, we would not change this lifestyle for anything. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.